Hello. Let's try this one more time. Sorry, some technical difficulties and had trouble with LinkedIn Live. So I'm back. Sorry about this technology. Let me know if you can see me. Let me know if you're tuned in with me. If you were watching my previous live. Today, I'm going to talk about all about how to successfully network to land job interviews, how you can land job interviews in a matter of days. You don't have to struggle in your job search. That is I want to kick off this segment by saying that first. I want to acknowledge that. I know job search can be very stressful. It can be very frustrating. It can be exhausting. It can be emotionally draining. It can it can create so many emotions for you. It can make you feel demotivated, feel that you're not enough, make you feel like you lack something, you lack some skills, you lack some talent, you lack experience. It can make you feel that you need to go get another certification. Let me know if that's how you are feeling right now about your job search, because I want to help change that for you. You don't lack anything. That's my first message to you is you don't lack anything. You don't need to go get another certification. You don't need to get another education. Typically, when people are struggling in their job search, they start to believe that they're lacking something, so then they decide that they need to go upgrade themselves and get another certification. Let me know if that's how you are in your job search, if that's how you feel, because I'm going to show you how you can land interviews in matter of days, and let's change that for you. Okay? So let me know how you're feeling in your job search. Let's start with the conversation of how do you feel right now? How is your job search making you feel? I can see you. Thank you. Yes, that's how I feel. That's me, Dilpreet. Okay. Let's have open conversations about our feelings around job search. How is your job search making you feel? Stressed? Are you stressing? Is it creating anxiety for you? Is it making you feel you lack something, you're not good enough, you're missing something, you need to go get another certification? Is it not having a job also creating financial stress for you? Let me know in the comment section. Because job search for many can be very stressful, emotionally stressful, stressed, demotivated. Yes, right? Stress, you feel demotivated, you feel you're not good enough. Frustrated, demotivated, looking for a job since September last year after being laid off. So I'm so sorry, Yasha, that you've been looking for since September. So I want to ask you today, how can I help you? How can I help you change this? I do have a segment planned on what I want to talk about today, but I'm guided to my heart and my soul and my intuitions just took over, and I'm just speaking what I'm guided to speak, and this is the conversation that's, like the words are just flowing through me, and I'm guided to ask you, how are you feeling about your job search? When's the last time someone even stopped to ask you, how are you feeling? I know you're looking for a job. Yes, I am asking you, I'm asking every single soul on this call with me live, even those that are going to watch this replay. I'm asking you this question. I feel something is wrong in my resume. I may need a review of my resume and my LinkedIn profile. Okay, how many people feel something's wrong with their resume? Feel something is wrong in my resume. How many people can relate to this? Let me know. Truly, I want to make this session all about you. I did have something planned, but how about let's switch things up and you tell me how I can help you today in your job search so that you can start landing interviews. That's my entire goal today, is to help you land interviews. I am going to be sharing something that will help you do that as well. Now, let's talk about the resume. If you feel something is wrong with your resume, then yes, something is wrong with your resume. So let's all start with the resumes, right? Everybody has a resume. Okay, because whatever job I apply to, I get rejection email. Okay, so let's talk about this. So let's start here. Because this is a good place to start. You're applying to jobs and you keep getting rejected. Why? And this will make you feel it's your resume. So let me give you some information. I'm going to share some information that I am intending will help you understand why you are getting rejected. It's really important to understand how, when we're applying to jobs online, what happens on the back end, right? You upload your resume, you fill out the application, and there you go. So what happens when you hit that submit button and your resume is submitted for the job? Let me share my HR hiring experience, 17 years on the other side of you. When you hit that button to apply, what's happening in the background? So let me share that information. Let me share the insights as somebody who has 17 years experience. So here's what happens. You hit that apply button. Your resume goes to a system called Applicant Tracking System, ATS. Are you aware that your resume is now going, when you hit that apply button, it's going to the ATS, Applicant Tracking System. Now, what is the system? There's so much talk about this, so I'm just going to share my 17 years of using this system called Applicant Tracking System, implementing the system, as well as training end users on how to use it. Applicant Tracking System is a system that is designed for various reasons. Number one function of Applicant Tracking System, when it comes to hiring, recruiting, especially for job postings, is to screen all incoming resumes. All incoming resumes. And the way it's going to screen is how I, as the end user, tell it to screen. So I'll give an example of Taleo, which is, I like to call it the beast of all applicant tracking systems. It's the mother of all applicant tracking system. I've used it, I've implemented it. It's kind of like was one of the first ATSs in the market. And there's tons of ATS systems in this world. And I'm going to share, now inside knowledge on how the system works. There's various reasons. So when it comes to recruitment, how is this system working? So imagine this now. I'm the recruiter, that's HR recruiter working on this job posting. I posted a position. I'm going to tell it how to screen all resumes coming in. So it's kind of like now we have AI in the mix of it. So the system is now even more robust and more powerful because we got AI technologies a factor as well. So the system's going to screen all the incoming resumes and then start to rank each resume based on the requirements of the role, the skills. And it's going to rank candidates. So I'm using Taleo, for example. And let's say me as a company, I have the full feature of the Taleo and we bought the full suite of it. Now, all the candidates, all the resumes that are coming in, it's going to rank the candidates out of 10. So 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10. The highest ranked candidates, let's say this candidate's resume is 10 out of 10 alignment with the job requirements. That's going to be number 1, right? So 10 out of 10, 9 out of 10, 8 out of 10, 7 out of 10, 6 out of 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, right? So from 10 to 1, all the candidates that are ranked higher will be first, and all the candidates that are below will be below, right? So as the end user, where do you think, me as a recruiter, which candidates' resumes am I going to open first? The one that it's 1 out of 10, 5 out of 10, or the one that's ranked 10 out of 10, 9 out of 10? Right? I think it's really important to understand this. This will really help you before you apply to jobs. So me as a recruiter, I'm not going to. There's no way I can interview every single candidate. Also, the system is there to help recruiters and HR to not have to screen every coming resume and let the ATS do it for them, making life easy for the recruiter. Applicant tracking system is a recruiter's friend. It's not your friend. It can be your friend, but it's really not your friend. It's not designed for you. It's designed for companies to use, for recruitment. Okay? So the candidates who are ranking 10 out of 10, 9 out of 10, 8 out of 10 as the candidates that recruiters going to contact are going to open the resume and read first. And then you have 5 seconds to grab the attention of the recruiter, right? So let's say now out of the 200, now you have to also understand that one job posting, research shows that there's like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of resumes coming in for one single job posting. Out of those 5 to hundreds of people applying to the same role as you, there's only going to be 10 to maybe 20 people that will get the call for the initial first interview. So how do you increase your odds of landing interviews now when you're applying to jobs online? Simple. The first thing you should do is go straight to the requirement section of the job posting and ask yourself, do you have all the requirements? 90%. I normally tell people if you have 90% of the requirements, your chances of landing the interview are just now increased tremendously. Even 100% if you have all the requirements. If you have 80% of the requirements, somewhat you can still land an interview. But anything below 80%, chances of you landing the interview are very slim now. Very, very slim. I know a lot of people say, oh, apply to jobs anyways, even if you don't meet the requirements. But if your entire goal is to land an interview, then that approach and that strategy of apply to jobs, even if you don't match the requirements 100%, even if you match the requirements 70%, apply, that is not going to work in today's job market. Truly, if you want to land interviews. So number one step when you apply to jobs online is make sure you are having 80% or more of the requirements. Step two, the reason I'm talking about interview resumes because of this great individuals on LinkedIn that asked this great question, that thinks there's something wrong with their resume. So step two is now go, once you have all the requirements, go and read the entire job posting line by line. Someone who's been hiring and doing recruitment for 17 years, I can tell you this is the most crucial step many of you are missing. And let's have a truth moment now. Can you honestly say you read line by line, word for word, written in the job posting before you actually apply? Before you actually even apply to that job? Because this is where everything can change for you in your job search when you're applying to jobs online. Read the job posting line, word for word, line for line. And here's where you want to do this. Number one is ask yourself, can you truly see yourself doing this job 8 hours a day and be happy? If it's yes, let's move on to the second question you need to ask. Is this something you really want to do? Is this aligned with the role you really want to move into next? These are really important questions to ask because we are going to be working in this job for 8+ hours a day, more than 40 hours a day. Tons of people are working more than 45 hours a day. You have to love what you do. You have to be happy in what you're doing. So really ask the hard questions before you even decide to apply for the job. That's why it's important to read the job posting and really ask yourself, can I envision myself doing this? Is this truly the role I really, really want? Is what I want to be doing every single day? And if it's 80% of a yes, then apply. But if it's like 50% of this role I want to do, 50% of the role I don't want to do, don't apply. Because you truly deserve to be in a role that is 80% or 100% exactly what you want. So this is what we call it strategic job searching approach. This will increase your odds of landing an interview even more now. Somebody I was speaking to last week, they said a career coach told them it's about a numbers game. So if you want to land interviews, you need to apply to so many jobs. And I was like, that's the worst advice that person can have given you, that it's a numbers game. Because that's truly what is why you are struggling in your job search, because it's not a numbers game. It's quality over quantity. It's not, let me apply to 100 jobs and then fingers crossed, pray that this one will be the one I land a job interview. I know in math, it's like higher the odds. You want to increase your odds of landing interviews. So you might be thinking the more jobs I apply to is going to increase my odds for landing interviews. Let me know in the comment, in the chat, if you thought like that first. Okay, I need to apply to a lot of jobs to increase my odds of landing interviews. Let me know. Let's be honest. It's okay to be honest and admit that you've done that. That's why I'm here to help you not do that. To help you, land those interviews. So it's not about let me apply to every single job out there, wish and pray, and I'm going to increase my odds of landing an interview, because that's really not going to increase your odds of landing an interview. Then next step is, if this is the exact role you want, now we want to read the job posting word for word. And what you want to do is you want to custom write your resume for that job you're applying to. Because job postings have every information on how your resume should be written for that role. The problem is, a lot of times, from my experience working with career professionals as a coach, is that a lot of you just have one generic resume and you just tweak or add keywords just to get your resume past the ATS. But we miss out on, well, I may get my resume past the ATS, but the human being is the one that's going to decide if they're going to call you for an interview. So the key here, success to when applying to jobs online, is custom write your resume based on what the job posting is saying. That's why you should read the job posting word for word, line by line. And every information in the job posting should be what you should be talking about in your resume, and everything else should not be in your resume. So I was doing a resume review last night, and someone had some information on their resume that wasn't aligned with the role they wanted. And they were advised to write it. I'm not sure why they were advised to do that. Second, they were also advised to only put their highest education and remove all the other education, which is the other worst advice being given. So you know what the problem is? There's just too much advice being given out there. These days, everybody is a job search coach. I'm not trying to discredit anybody. But if someone found success in their approach, automatically they think they can start teaching it to other people, which is fine, great. But what I teach isn't about, oh, I had success in it, so let me teach it to everybody. I'm teaching based on my subject matter expert in hiring. I have 17 plus years of hiring experience. My teachings are based from that. My teaching is also based on sales, science of sales, psychology, human psychology. So you can take it, if it resonates. If it doesn't, don't try to make it fit for you if my advice doesn't fit. So custom writing a resume before we apply to that one job, which can take hours to do. Now, what should be in your resume? Results. The problems you've solved, the results you've gotten. How much money have you saved companies? What solutions you've implemented? Make it result-based versus job description. A lot of times I see resumes, they all read the same way. I'm dynamic, I'm result-driven, problem solver. I have this many years experience. And that's where a lot of resumes are going wrong. When everyone resumes read the same way, nobody's standing out of the crowd. You can truly stand out of the crowd by really, really, really thinking what you're bringing to the table. Companies are in the business to make money and profits. And we all get hired to help companies make more money, make profits, and grow their businesses. Where in that piece do you fit in? How are you making companies money? Okay, so that's how we want to write resumes. Let me know if that helps you. Let's move on to the next piece. Do feel there may be something wrong in my resume, but on the other hand, I make sure I change it accordingly. So here's the thing. A lot of people do tell me that they do change it, that they do tweak it before they apply to jobs. But honestly speaking, content. How are you saying things on your resume? I have reviewed so many resumes in the last couple of weeks or even last month. I think I've reviewed over thousands of resumes. A lot of time when I read resumes, a lot of the stuff is like gibberish, meaning the reader can understand what you're saying. When someone's reading your resume, you're not there to explain what you mean. That's why the resume writing is the most number one important skill that everyone should have. You should know how to write a resume. You don't know how to write a resume, you want to learn. It's a skill that you need in your entire career. Writing a resume isn't simply about make sure you have keywords, make sure you tell them you're result driven, you're problem solver, you have great communication skills. It's actually about making the reader impacting their emotions, because we're human beings and we are driven by our emotions. You want to grab the attention of the reader to also move them emotionally. That's like, oh my God, I got to talk to this candidate, get them excited. That's why content is the king in resume. Words are really powerful, impactful. Your resume should tell a story. Each sentences in your resume should completely tell a story. Clearly, anyone should be able to pick up your resume, read it, and understand what you're saying. And if they don't understand what you're saying, you're not landing those interviews, okay? SWOT, strength, weakness, opportunity, threats. Okay, not sure. What do you mean by that? I did a diploma in medical office practice, then COVID start, did not get experience about job, now still struggling. Sorry to hear that. You gotta stand out of the crowd. Yes, you gotta stand out of the crowd. Now, this is being used very vaguely and generally. Oh, you gotta stand out about the crowd. But what does that mean? What does that mean? How do you stand out of the crowd? Let's have a little bit of a truth moment. How can you stand out of the crowd? How? Let me know in the comment section. How can you stand out of the crowd? Have one important question to ask. Do you know who you're competing with? Who's your competition? You can't stand out of the crowd if you don't know your competition. You got to study your competition. Study. Like a hawk, study them. Passing it through ChatGPT won't work. Nope. Oh, I love this question. ChatGPT has taken over the world. And everybody's using it. And everybody's talking about how you can use in your job search, have it do your resume. There was an article I was reading that was saying that recruiters actually don't like resumes that are written by ChatGPT. There's a way to use ChatGPT to help you with your resume, but only for wording purposes. But if you're just going to tell ChatGPT to write your resume, you bet it's going to write a generic resume. Making resume different from other content should be according to job posting. Should we put project section separate for results or just put in the job description? You don't. Here's where people are failing in the resume writing is they're writing a job description. That's the number one mistake being made on resumes is writing just explaining duties and responsibilities. That you're more than just a job description. Don't write a job description on your resume, please. Don't write a job description on your LinkedIn profiles, please. Please. Now, how many people have heard about networking? So a lot of times you hear, okay, you applied to this job. Now what you should do is reach out to the recruiter or HR that is working on this job posting. Or reach out to people and ask for jobs. I'm going to share my screen now because I'm going to show you. Tell me if you've ever sent any of these messages. Okay. Have you sent out any, let's look at this message that people are sending on LinkedIn. Have you sent something similar? I hope this message finds you well. My name is X and I'm looking for X role. So in this case, I'm looking for project coordinator, business development, and business analyst position. First of all, this person is looking for 3 different positions. And then they go into my experience in supporting stakeholder projects, business analysis, and go to market and project strategy initiatives would make me a great fit for many opportunities. Please reach out to me if you need any additional information. I look forward to finding out more about your job opportunity. In the meantime, I'd love to keep in touch. Would you be able to add me to your LinkedIn networking? Anybody send something similar to this? This approach is totally wrong. And it's why, if you're using something similar to this, that's why you're struggling in your job search. The approach. These types of messages will really not get anyone barely to respond, yet alone you will land an interview. And I'll explain in a second. How about something like this? I read your post regarding open positions. I would like to apply to any available position. So you read their post regarding open positions. Then you're saying, I would love to apply to any available position. I have close to 2 years of experience in X and I have been looking for a position for a while. I would love to schedule a call to speak further. Please find resume attached for review. How about this message? Have you sent this because you saw someone's LinkedIn post about their hiring and you automatically rush to send them a message? And then you say you're willing to apply to any open positions. This also is not going to land you interviews. This message is not going to land you any interviews. How about something like this? I'm looking for a job opportunity in X domain. In this case, it's HR. I hold 5 years of IT recruitment, HR, and talent acquisition experience, full cycle ATS vendor, management 360, IT, and non-IT skills, recruitment consulting, blah, 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 immediately available to join and keen for suitable opportunities. How about something like this? I pulled up some examples of messages that I receive every single day to show you how none of this is helping you land job interviews. Is why you're still struggling in your job search. Here's another one. The reason none of this is working, anybody knows why it's not working? I'll be very honest. The reason it's not working is none of this is personalized. It's all generic. It's all generic. All these messages are just quick, generic copy paste. And it will not get you anywhere, especially if you're reaching out to recruiters in HR. Their inbox is flooded with people reaching out to them every single day. Flooded. And they are not going to respond to every single person that messages them. Are you guilty of sending any similar messages? The approach. You are struggling in your job search simply because your approach. Your approach. So let's change the approach. Is this making sense? Is this what I'm sharing right now? Is it helping you? Please let me know in the comment section before I continue. I want to take a pause and see how everyone's doing. Is this information helping you? Please tell me in the comment section. Make your resume different from other content and should be according to job posting. Should we put project section separate for results or just put it in the job description? You don't want any job description on your resume. It should be all about results. Yes, very, very helpful. So do you have any questions? If this is connecting the dots for you, is this helping you? Please let me know. And tell me, what questions do you have this moment? Love this question. Yes, I want to know what a personalized message to a recruiter looks like. So here's the thing. The reason you're also struggling is that you're looking for a copy-paste solution. Am I correct, Amandeep? You just want me to give you a template and say, here, copy this and use this. But here's the thing, personalized messages, if you're using copy-paste, then it's not personalized. All those other messages are generic, right? So to understand what we mean by personalized is that it can't be copy-paste. There's no gimmicks into personalizing. Also, let me tell you another secret. You can bypass recruiters and HR. If you really want to land interviews, don't do what everybody's doing. Everyone's reaching out to recruiters. Everyone's reaching out to HR. So it's kind of like applying to jobs online. It's like ATS, right? When everybody's doing it and the competition is so high, the odds are already against you. Is this helping, Amandeep? Let me know if you're still here with me. The odds are already against you. How about in sales training, the first thing you learn when you go to any sales training is don't waste your time. If you really want to land a sale, you really want to land sales leads and land sales, you can't waste your time with the middleman, because the middle person truly has no decision powers. They have to go to the one that has decision powers. So in hiring, it's the same thing. You are wasting your time if you're chasing recruiters and you're messaging recruiters when everybody's doing it. The chance of the recruiter replying back to you is really, really slim because their inbox is flooded. But recruiters are also not decision makers. They're just gatekeepers for the decision maker. How about you go directly to the decision maker, the hiring manager? How about that? Wouldn't it far beat your chances in landing an interview if you can get in front of the hiring manager versus HR and recruiters? I want to understand the mindset of sending a personalized message specifically to recruiters. The mindset is the message needs to be very personalized. Today I got a message from somebody and it made no sense because they're reaching out to me for job opportunity, but I'm not hiring. But I'm not hiring. They thought it was a recruiter simply just because I talk about hiring. This happens all the time. I do have hiring experience, 17 years. I work in HR for 17 plus years, but I'm not a recruiter. I can tell you how many times every single day someone's messaging me and sending their resumes. And that approach is totally wrong. If you don't know the person's hiring, sending a message doesn't increase your odds of landing the interview or landing jobs. So how do we send a personalized message? I wrote a post about this today. I'm going to just share on the screen with you guys because I think that format I shared will really help you guys to how to craft a really personalized message to anybody on LinkedIn. So let's share the screen. Your message has to be really, to craft a personalized message, it takes time, to be honest. There's no gimmicks. There's no quick fix. There's really no gimmicks to this, okay? So if you want to really truly learn how to do a personalized message, especially on LinkedIn, first step is take the time before you message anybody. Take the time to actually read their LinkedIn profile. This one is so easy to do. So easy. Unfortunately, I can't zoom in. There's no point of sharing this. So first step before you message anybody is go to the LinkedIn profile and read it. Read it. Read it. As you're reading it, what's exciting you? Take notes. What's exciting you about this person as you're reading the LinkedIn profile, and make notes, start writing those down. Actually, I will show you. So read their LinkedIn profile. From what they do, their story, read it. Second thing you want to do is see what kind of content they're writing. That's really simple to do. It's very simple to do. Some people are writing posts. I write a lot of content. So read the content if they're writing any content. Then what you want to do is, now, if they are writing posts on LinkedIn, the number one thing you should do is start engaging with their posts. Write comments. Like how you're doing right now with me. I'm asking you questions, you're answering them. It's the same thing to do with LinkedIn posts. If you really want someone's attention, the best way to get it is give them attention first, especially if someone's writing content on LinkedIn. Start writing comments on their post. And then, once you got their attention, now you can move on to the next step, which is to actually craft the personalized message. Now, crafting a personalized message, this is what you have to do, because you have to first get to know them. You can't just send, hey, you have an impressive profile. I love your accomplishments. Oh, you're so successful. I would love to learn more. Those are all generic messages. I get them all the time. I'm so fascinated. Oh, your LinkedIn profile caught my eye. It was so inspiring. You are doing such great work. These are all generic. Because my reply back to is, okay, what caught your eye about me? What really, or it's like, oh, your resume or your LinkedIn profile is so impressive. I always ask, okay, thank you. What's so impressive? What did you find impressive about my LinkedIn profile? And then it's always something, oh, you're a LinkedIn strategist, or you're a career coach. That's it. Something simple based on like, oh, they actually, it tells me. If you can tell me what impressed you about me, you really didn't read my LinkedIn profile. Because if you did read it, your message, your personalized message wouldn't sound like that. You will really speak from the heart. Like, I was reading your LinkedIn profile, and when you said X, it got me thinking. Or when you said this, or when you won this award, or what like everything is in their LinkedIn profiles. But really it's about, you got to be so specific about what impressed you about them to grab their attention. If another way to write a personalized message to somebody is, if they're writing content on LinkedIn, what post really changed their life, or something that they shared? How did it impact you? Amandeep, since it was your question, have I answered it? Does this make sense on how to write personalized message? Please let me know. What about cover letters? I teach cover letters as a pain point. You have to, a lot of people make this mistake about cover letter, is that they are copy pasting and summarizing the resumes. That's not the purpose of a cover letter. My question is, I trained as a journalist, but have worked as a sales executive for 10 years. In my CV, which should I project my training at the University of Job Experience? It's all about the job you want to land. If you want to land a job as a journalist, the first step you should do is start writing. Start writing blogs. Start writing articles. Medium is a great platform for that. If you want to get into journalists, then do it. Start writing right now. Start writing. Because even your sales experience, look at all the sales emails you've written. They're a form of your writing skills. So the art here is all about leveraging your existing experience into the role you want to get into. We can be trained in so many things, but really what matters is, have we executed the training? Have we implemented? So implement your training as a journalist by start doing it. And today you can do that by having your own blog, you can go to medium.com and start writing your own articles. Hope that helps. Now, is this helping? Let me know in the comments section. Now, there's another way to land interviews without even applying to jobs. But unfortunately, I've already been on this live, I didn't realize, for almost 48 minutes. Kirpian says, helpful will help me get started and learn more about networking effectively. So here's a thing about networking. Networking isn't about, I need something, so I'm going to message you and say, hey, I need a job. Or, hey, let's meet for coffee. Oh, because I need a job. Or, hey, let's meet for informational interview because, hey, I want to land a job. This is where a lot of people go wrong in networking. The approach is all about, oh, I need something. I need a job. And it's okay that you need a job, but that's not going to help you land a job by simply hitting up people for jobs and information interviews and coffee chats. Let me know in the comments section if you've asked people for informational interviews and if you've asked for coffee chats. What was the success rate? How many people did you reach out to for informational interviews, for coffee chats? And how many people responded back? How many people actually even met with you? Informational interviews don't work. Networking only works if you are making friends. To make friends, it's really simple. Connect with the human being that you're speaking with to them. We can't connect to somebody because we want something from them. Information interviews, that's why they don't work, is because you're not building a connection, you're not truly connecting with them. You're interviewing them. I don't know who came up with this approach, to be honest. Like, oh, interview them, get to know them. Nobody likes interviews. Nobody likes to be interviewed. Nobody likes to be used because somebody needs something from them. It's just human nature. A lot of networking, honestly, to be honest, the reason a lot of these approaches don't work because they're not humanized. And I don't know whoever got this bright idea of, hey, you're looking for a job, so start networking. Hey, you're looking for a job, ask for informational interviews. None of these approaches are a very human approach. I want you to just think for a second. How do you make friends? Would you become friends with somebody who only is speaking to you because they can get something from you? Because that's really not how we as human beings make friends. We make friends because maybe we're at the same party and we started talking. Maybe we became friends because another friend introduced us. Again, we're hanging out. We became friends because we are at the same party. We became friends because we go to the same yoga class, Pilates class, gym class. Yes, one of them had a coffee chat with me. Great. Did they get you a job offer? That one person, you reached out to two people for coffee chats. One had a chat with me. Okay, where did it go? Did they get you an interview with the hiring manager or did HR interview you? Where did it go? I would love to know, Mindy, where did it go? And also, it's all about the approach, right? You're meeting people for coffee. The other day, I wrote, I love meeting people, I love meeting new people. I had so many people, and I put it out there. Hey, I'm in Toronto, I'm in GTA area. If you want to meet, let's become friends. You know how many people messaged me and say, I want to meet with you. And I said, sure, tell me why you want to meet with me. Oh, because I want to get help. I want to get your advice. And I said, thank you, but that's not in line with what I want. I'm not looking to go meet. I love meeting new people. I want to make friends, new friends. I want to meet new people, but I don't want to meet you if all you want is something from me. Because that's not why I am going to devote my time to meeting new people. I genuinely want to meet somebody who genuinely just wants to get to know me as a human being, not seeking something from me. Because I do my part every single day on this platform, giving free advice every single day. I'm not going to meet you and give you free advice. And other people may be willing to meet people and give free advice. I'm not knocking them. But I want to just generally meet people. Go have a nice conversation. Get to know another human being. And naturally, if I like you, I get to know you, I would help you naturally. Because that's what we do, right? We help our friends. We help our family. Because we know them, we care about them. The approach with networking that is wrong is it's all about I want something, so let me network. And a lot of people only turn to networking because they need a job. You should be networking every day, every week, not because you are out of a job. If you make this into a practice that I'm going to meet new people, I'm going to make friends. My chat was to get information and advice. It didn't lead a job. Yeah, because it doesn't lead a job. You're only asking people for coffee chats because you want something. You want advice. Some people may be willing to do it, but the majority of people are not going to meet up with you just because you want advice and information. There's a way to get all this information without even meeting anybody. So if this is helping you, let me know in the comment section. Networking only works if you actually make friends. I don't like the word networking. It's all about making friends. Start making friends. There's a whole approach in making friends. There's tons of ways to make friends. There's a tool. I am this Wednesday doing a training on how to land interviews in a matter of days by leveraging my proven strategies in accessing a hidden job market. 80% of all available jobs are not advertised. In this training, I'm going to also teach you how to bypass recruiters and HR and go straight to decision maker. And what should you say in that message that will get them to jump on the call with you? Will jump to speak with you on Zoom. It's not, hey, I need a job approach, or I have, X amount of years experience. I'm going to teach you my proven method, strategies, the approach, and reaching out to decision makers that will get them on the phone with you. And then what to do when you have them on the phone. I'm going to teach you how to convert your LinkedIn profile into a job lead magnet where you are landing job interviews straight into your DMs, your LinkedIn messages. I'm going to teach you how to leverage even Slack channels into landing job interviews. I'm going to teach you how to leverage groups on Facebook, on LinkedIn, and how to actually land interviews. This is how you get access to the hidden job market. To 80% of jobs are not posted. So if you want to learn, if you want to land interviews fast in a matter of days, I'm going to teach you how to do that without ever applying to a job. And that is my training on Wednesday. This Wednesday, I'm doing a training on how to land interviews without applying to one by accessing the hidden job market. If you're interested, let me know in the comment section. I'll send you the training details and you can register for it. It is a paid training. It's very affordable. It's only $44. It's a steal deal because this training, when I teach it on one-on-one, I charge $500 an hour. My coaching program is $3,000. This training, you get to have me for almost 2 to 3 hours for just $44. So if you want to land interviews fast, a matter of days, and you can do this without ever applying to a job, tell me in the comment section if you want to be part of this training, because I'm going to teach you my proven strategies on accessing the hidden job market, how to bypass recruiters and HR, how to reach directly to decision makers. I'm going to teach you almost 10 proven strategies of mine that I teach to my private clients on accessing the hidden job market. And you can now get this training just for $44. That's it. $44. If you're interested, drop me a comment. I will personally send you the link where you can register. It is $44. It's so super affordable. If you've been liking my session today, you will love this training because it's going to be hands-on. Hands-on, I'm going to teach you the strategy, plus we're going to implement the strategy in the training so that I can also troubleshoot the hiccup when you are implementing it. Because implementation is the key to success. It's not that everyone can learn. It's when we have to go implement is where we tend to end up struggling. So this training is 2 hours long. Last time I conducted this training was almost 3 years ago. And not only did the training was 2 hours, I also stayed back an hour, 2 hours after helping everyone, answering everyone's questions. And it became like a whole 3-hour thing. But the training itself is 2 hours. My trainings are all hands-on. And I answer everyone's questions. I help you navigate it at the end of the session. I stay back. I answer all your questions. And we really, at the end, also bond. I also teach you how to network the correct way. There's also a networking session, a part of this training, where you get to network with not only me, with every other person in the training. And I'm going to teach you how to do that correctly. Now, everyone how many people view my LinkedIn videos, lives? The key is to build networking. The biggest number one key is nurturing the relationship, which many people fail. to do. I'm going to teach you not only successful ways to network, but also how to nurture that relationship to then building the friendship to then getting what you want. There's no really quick fixes, guys, but if you learn how to implement the right strategies, it can change your results overnight, your job search results, your career. I'm an expert in landing six-figure. I'm a six-figure career coach. I'm an expert in helping people land 6+ figure jobs and building 6-figure careers. So if you want this training, it's offered to you for just $44, 2-hour training with me live. It's virtual training on Zoom, live with me, as well as I will be doing Q&A at the end. And I will be in that training, answering everyone's questions after the training to help you really be successful. So join me on June 14th, okay? If you have any questions, feel free to message me on LinkedIn. Happy to hear from you. Please message me if you have any further questions. I've dropped the link for the training. I will individually also go in and comment to everybody that said they're interested in this training. It's just $44. Steal deal to learn from me when I charge $500 an hour. And my coaching program is $3,000. So if you want to work with me one-on-one and learning how to access the hidden job market, it's easily $3,000 to $5,000. And now you can get all that training of landing job interviews just for $44 live with me. So I hope to see you. I made it super affordable for everyone. Just $44. $44 to getting you the results you want in your job search and imagine filling up your calendars with job interviews. That's what we're going to do on June 14 on Wednesday. See you there. Thank you. Have a good afternoon or evening. Enjoy the rest of your Monday. Thank you so much.